Hello, welcome back to 10 at 10. My name is Michael Ramage. I'm the director of the Cyber Education Research Center here at Murray State University, and welcome back to 10 at 10. 10 at 10 is brought to you through a partnership between Murray State University, Grow West, the Technology Council of West Kentucky, KY Innovation, and local partner Sprocket Innovation in Paducah and the Kentucky Innovation Station in Madisonville. Welcome back, episode 176, where we're taking a look at the news of the last few weeks. Seeing what there is out there that we can learn from. May not be the most exciting news, but I'm trying to find news each week, each time we do this, every other week actually, where there's some nugget in there that we can learn from, that we can help ourselves, our organizations, and even our families stay a little bit safer in cyberspace. So with that, let's just dig into it. First of all, these first two articles we're going to talk about, I look at them in a related manner. The first one says U.S. government boosts protection around water facilities following recent cyber attacks. And what this is talking about is that this year alone, there have been attacks from China, Iran, and Russia targeting OT infrastructure in our water facilities. OT meaning operational technology. You could call it industrial control systems. There's a lot of different things, but it's the technology that's running a lot of our critical infrastructure across the country. It is starting to be more and more of an attack. And what this article is specifically talking about is that because of the increased attacks against these targets, our government is trying to help boost protection around that. In a related note, HHS, which is the Department of Health and Human Services Agency, has launched programs to improve cyber resiliency in hospitals. For a long time, hospitals were off limits to attackers, ransomware attackers in particular. That is no longer the case. And HHS is putting $50 million into the creation of software tools that will help IT teams in hospitals better defend their networks against cyber attacks. Now, the positive piece is that both HHS and other first responder organizations or government organizations dealing with cybersecurity are focusing on cybersecurity. That's great. HHS investing $50 million sounds really good, and every bit helps. But man, the need is great out there. We need a lot of focused infrastructure support for cybersecurity. We talk about OT on the critical infrastructure side. In the healthcare space, there is a lot of IoT, IOMT, I've seen it referred to as well, Internet of Things, Internet of Medical Things. There's a lot of medical devices out there that are by their design very basic and simple to use, which in healthcare, that's good. You don't want something complicated and breaking in the middle of something that could truly kill someone. At the same time, if it is simple, that also means that it's going to be easy to attack. That means there's not the built-in protections. And that gives a target to would-be hackers. So anyway, the fact that we're focusing as a government, as a nation, trying to patch these holes is important. That is, the net of these two articles. It's good information. It's good news that we are trying to improve the security of our infrastructure. As that relates, this article is not going to pop up, so I'm going to skip it. But it was an article specifically talking about how Russia is targeting those types of things. So the expanding of that security is very important. But let me move on. This article I find incredibly interesting. And I find it interesting because I'm reading a book right now that I love spy type books. Jack Ryan, Tom Clancy books. I enjoy those. And every once in a while, I'm not reading. It's not a Tom Clancy book right now, although there's a new one that just came out. I hadn't started it yet. It's not one of those, but it is a book, and this happens so often that the plot of the book feels like it came straight from the headlines. And so this is the plot of a recent of a book that I'm reading right now. I've just started it. I'm on, I don't know, chapter, maybe a fourth of the way through the book. But the plot of the book is described in this article. This article, I think, is from last week, the 17th. But a hacking group out of China is targeting individuals tied to U.S. artificial intelligence, to a U.S. artificial intelligence company. They are seeing ongoing phishing attacks. Well, now the book is a little more extreme than what this is, but the point of this article is that if you're in the news, if a press release goes out with your name, if you're on cutting edge technology, working on cutting edge technology that a nation state or a hacker group may not be able to develop on their own, then maybe it would be better for them. Better's not the right term because this is illegal, but easier for them to develop the technology if they just stole it from you. So if they know your name, if your name is being tied to something they want, if you speak at a conference, if you do a number of different things, then it is very possible that you're going to become a target. What's easier than breaking into your network? In every case, a phishing email is going to be more effective, because if you click on the phishing email, then you're in essence opening the back door and letting me in. That's really what hackers want you to do. They just want you to open the door for them. And you can accomplish that through a phishing attempt. Now, you might call this spear phishing because it's going after specific individuals, but they are targeting individuals with an email to try to get them to download a zip file. They are pretending to be a user reporting problems with the AI tools that they're working on. Very effective approach. I have talked to companies regularly that when their name appears in the news, that the attacks on them increase, or that their names on the dark web pop up more often. It makes sense that hackers are doing their homework in a similar way that salespeople do it. If your name appears in the news that you're receiving money, then all of a sudden you get emails from everybody and their cousin trying to ask you, hey, buy my product, buy my product, buy my product. In that same vein, so are hackers doing that as well. All right. Data breaches in U.S. schools exposed 37.6 million records in 2023. Since 2025, or I'm sorry, since 2005, I said that wrong. Let me say that. I'll say that again. Since 2005, educational institutions in the United States have experienced 3,713 data breaches, impacting over 37.6 million records. That's not just last year. That's since 2005. Just last year, there were 954 breaches, which is a significant increase over the previous year, and still more than even 2021. There's a couple of software vulnerabilities that impacted several of those schools. The point is, just like I talked about with water systems and hospitals, school districts, universities, educational institutions, education sector in general is a target and will continue to be a target. All right, I'm going to leave with this because I thought this was interesting. I get this question often. How often should you turn off your phone? How often should you restart your phone? Well, NSA says every week. every week. They have some security reasons for it, but short answer is you should turn your phone completely off, according to the NSA, every single week. You can turn it off, leave it off for 10 seconds, turn it back on. That's fine. But it says you should turn it off every week, once a week. So make a mental note of that. And with that, we'll wrap up for the day. Just let me say, as always, thank you for joining in. I appreciate your time. I hope you have a good weekend, and I will see you next week back here on 10 at 10. Thank you. Bye.